What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You already know what time it is, baby. This your boy, the historian, in the building for the BirdCage LLC tonight. Sit back, relax, just chill. We got some special guests coming into the crib. Familiar faces that we always have coming in. We talking about our country cousins, them folks over there from A1 to Smitty. Birdo might even slide through, but you know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. So before you get left, hit that like and subscribe button on the way in. Let's get it.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
Welcome back. Look, we ain't gonna hesitate. We gonna go ahead and start sliding folks in the building. We got my man K-Dub, my right-hand partner, and then we have Coach Cam in the building, and then we have Graybeard as well as our country cousins that are coming from the other side of the tracks or whatnot. We got our boy Antoine Smitty Smith in the building, and we got our boy A1 in the building. What's happening, fellas?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, happy belated birthday to A1.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
All right, happy birthday, man.
Happy belated. Foremost, I appreciate y'all. I had to switch my hat, realized I still had my Hawks hat on. All right, yeah, man, I'm good now, but appreciate y'all.
Hey, look, we represent.
We all right with the
A-Town on it. It's all good.
Hey,
man. Yeah, man, I just got off a Hawks live, man, with Debo vibes, man. So, yeah, man, just had to talk about those Hawks who was on a 5-game winning streak now, but I know we're talking
good. Hawks the hottest thing in A right now. Looking good. Hottest thing in A right now.
K-Dub, you in the shadow, bro. We can't even see you, dog. We just see the earphones.
Shadow man.
Look like
Shadow man tonight.
K-Dub hiding from the haters. That's what he doing. He hiding from the haters.
Oh yeah, that pin. Yeah, cause we about to get him gas about that Penix.
Hey, so this is how we gonna do this tonight because it's 6 of us in the building tonight. We got topics that we gonna pass along. So I'm gonna distribute topics to each person or whatnot so we can break it down because we got to get through the show today. So you know how we get down up in here, man. So shout out to all the viewers for coming through on the X platform, YouTube, Facebook, whatever platform, Rumble, whatever platforms that you guys are streaming from. We thank y'all for joining us tonight. We didn't want to forget about y'all. Thank y'all for giving us some time. So let's go ahead and get to these Dirty Bird topics off the rip. And while we're getting to the Dirty Bird topics off the rip, shout out to Mr. Arthur Blank by shutting down Bevo from coming into this stadium this weekend. Thank you, Arthur Blank. I love the fact that you pissed off these Texas fans. We appreciate that, brother.
Boy, they were hot about that.
To hell with Texas this week. Bijan Robinson is an enemy on Saturday. On Sunday, we'll love him again. But on Saturday, he can go to hell too. So let's get
enemy. We're an enemy right now.
Yeah, enemy territory, man.
Hey, Kirk Cousins returns to Minneapolis, where he definitely was having an MVP caliber season before he tore his Achilles. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to let A1 start this one off today. When you look back at Kirk Cousins coming into Atlanta and the expectations that he's had, and we expected this man to actually have us in a division lead, which we still are right now, but we expect to win games that we're supposed to win, but he's dropped the ball quite a few times this season when you look at some of the games we've been in. How do you think this return to Minneapolis is going to affect Kirk Cousins mentally, even though we know his shoulder's a little banged up right now?
Well, I mean, okay, dating back, we already know the Vikings let Cousins go. The GM didn't offer a contract. Coming off that Achilles, hey, they're 10-2, getting ready for the postseason regardless. We needed a quarterback, right, who was better than Desmond Ridder. We're sitting at 6-6 right now. You know, now there's been ups and downs with the team. It is not all on Kurt. But recently, it has been on Kurt, just like you indicated, man. But regardless, bro, we need 1 o'clock Kirk Go change to return. And we need him. We need the legend of the 1 o'clock, you know what I'm saying, Kurt to return right now because, man, we're in a dismal state right now. You know what I'm saying? It is all hands on deck. We've lost our cushion. And right now it's a grind for the rest of the season. I believe, you know what I'm saying, coming back to Minnesota, as far as the emotional standpoint, we're either going to get that Kirk Go change that we wanted, or we're going to see a guy crumble in front of his former team. Regardless, somebody on Sunday is going to have a "I told you so" moment. Hopefully, it's the Atlanta Falcons and not the those guys up there who were saying skull.
Mm-hmm. So when you look at it, when you speak on those guys coming back, and we've heard Viking fans, Mike Florio in this offseason, there have been so many things that have been said about him coming to Atlanta. Even Washington fans even chimed in and said, Kirk Cousins is who he is. He will have you in love with how he plays, but then there are going to be many times during the season you're going to be frustrated and you're going to be ready to toss him to the side like a bad bag of dope. I'm just being honest with you on that. So at this point, you just got to look. At this point, you just got to just say, hey, we spent $180 million on a guy, 100 of it guaranteed up front.
Right.
And we got to ride this out because, again, that's an investment that's just pretty much an investment that they made that we got to eat. We're not out of the playoff contention just yet. We're not out of at least winning this division right now. We're still in the tighter race than we should be. But at this point, if Atlanta doesn't get it done now with Kirk, then you got to start really looking at other options. And I mean, when I say other options, fix your offensive line before you throw the rookie up in there. But that's another topic that I'm gonna pass on to my guys.
Yeah, that's another topic. But yeah, you're right, bro. It's just at the end of the day, man, Kirk has to be the professional here and has to lead this team, man, moving forward. Or, you know, so we have a chance to still have everything right in front of us, not to steal a line from Raheem Morris, but we do have everything still right in front of us. We start winning games, starting being able to put it together. We're right back in the driver's seat, you know what I'm saying, in a comfortable driver's seat, I believe. But we got to do it now, bro, because we're 1-5 against teams with a winning record. So
not good.
Definitely not good. And one of the things that's going to happen, and I'm going to slide this one over to K-Dub, we got valuable pieces returning this week, possibly coming from practice. You got Ruka Roro coming back and possibly Mike Hughes to this defense or whatnot that literally had a good performance last Sunday. We just couldn't get the job done because of the offense was stuck in park. How do you feel that this how do you feel this defense is going to have an added boost when you bring these two guys back if they play on Sunday?
Well, like I say, you know, we need all hands on deck to make this thing work. Like I say, you know, we drafted these guys. We got these guys sitting on the sideline looking at participation trophies or something. I don't know what's going on. Guys need to get everyone involved. I'm putting his coaching staff on notice. Like I say, I think that Jimmy Lake got the notice. I believe his wife told him, hey, look, lose that job if you want to, son. Oh, because I'll be going.
Man, you bring the wife in there.
So, I mean, that's what I feel like happening because how all of a sudden you can call a defense overnight. So the key thing is continue to have consistency of what he's doing and what he's putting out there. Also with Raheem, I don't want to see brand new designer J's. I want to see wins. So, I mean, I got the whole coaching staff on notice. Kirk Cousins, you on notice, man. You come out there and play a stinker by halftime. I need to see number 9 coming in, man. This is a disgrace because he's like aging in front of right in front of our eyes.
Man, with the way the Falcons been
right in front of our eyes.
With the way that the Falcons have been playing this year, I pretty much advocated for this for all, and we also support mental health in this place. A lot of us are vets in here. Shout out to my vets or people that just deal with mental health. If you are an Atlanta Falcons fan, mental health and emotional intelligence. What that means, ladies and gentlemen, stop being emotionally involved because your blood pressure will be high. You know, there are some things that we look out here when you talk about the Falcons giving people high blood pressure or whatnot. But we got our own way to mitigate, as people would call it or use the phrase blood pressure birds. It's coined here first, but again, we're gonna go ahead and say emotional intelligence is what you got to have at this point, especially with the Falcons. But
I got my blood pressure medicine in the other room if you want to know. I
got mine right here.
Mine just came in yesterday.
Thank God I don't have any.
Mine came in yesterday. Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
I got mine on deck. It sit right in front of me on the table every game.
You gotta stay right there.
Especially after that UGA and Georgia Tech game, man. Look here,
boy.
Right there on deck, guys.
I ain't playing. I ain't got blood pressure. The way these boys been playing this year, I actually thought I didn't. I thought I actually had it, but man. So looking at the next thing, when you talk about those valuable pieces returning, you got to give Jimmy Lake his credit for last week. It hasn't been consistent. We've had a couple of good games this year. I'm gonna pass this one off to Smitty. Jimmy Lake must continue this defensive prowess or whatnot to keep our playoff hopes alive as well as this division title. What do you think, as we said, those two players that are coming back and you have a team that's already starting to kind of figure it out when he coaches like his job is on the line? What do you think Atlanta could possibly do looking at the rest of the season at this point?
If we go into the second half of the season and the rest of the season, rather, with the way the defense got pressure last week, the way they, were aggressive, creative, I think they can pose a problem. You look at 187 yards by far. That was the best game of the season by the defense, hands down. And where has that been all season? We don't know. But one thing I do know, I bet Jerry Gray had a hand in it, just like I said a couple of weeks ago in that New Orleans game. I bet Jerry Gray got in his backside. Man, he put his foot in it. I'm telling you, because you talk about how they use Ken Ellis, how Arnold Ebiketie turned that corner. Even Kentavious Street got in on the action. So when you're creative and you learn what your player strengths are, and that's probably what they talked about during the bye week. How will we use these players that does not get a lot of playing time? How can we implement them in this defense to make them effective? So that's what they did. They went back to the drawing board. They said, hey, let's be creative. Let's use a little bit more stun, because actually that's what Grady is good at. When you talk about stunts, shooting gaps, that's what Grady is good at. Even Caden Ellis, most of his sacks came from, blitzing the A and B gap in New Orleans. So now you have sort of like a foundation of what this defense can do. And if they start getting sacks, guess what? That means Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons are going to get more involved. Will the linebacker step up? That's yet to be seen. But Kate Ellis was off to a good start. Troy Anderson came back. Hopefully he can stay healthy and down the stretch. This defensive unit as a whole can stay the course and continue on this path like they were with this 187 yards.
Mm-hmm. To piggyback on what you said, though, Smitty, what the biggest thing that happened last Sunday, Jimmy Lake actually called blitzes for the linebackers, something that I've been saying all season.
Right.
You need to use every single linebacker that you have to your disposal. And we did that on Sunday, and it helped because guess what? Their offensive line couldn't pick up all 6 or 7 guys that we sent. So when you learn how to dial up a blitz and call a blitz from the outside linebacker, the middle linebacker, your free safety, strong safety, whatever the case is, now you created a mismatch for the offense. And Jimmy Lake did it perfectly. So it's 2 games that we've seen him call blitzes for outside linebackers and the safeties.
Right.
In both games, the defense played amazing. Why is he not doing this consistently week in and week out? That's my biggest issue with Jimmy Lake right now.
Yeah, we see
pressure. The only thing that I would say about that, is he's having hard time figuring out what kind of scheme the opposing offense is going to run that week. So they're looking over film, and he's got to come up with a game plan each and every week as to how they're going to attack each and every offense. So maybe some offenses are more complex and he's not understanding. But what they did in San Diego last week, they knew they were going to run the football. So
again, back to everything that everyone has been saying for the last 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Right,
Jimmy Lake needs to sit and listen to Jerry Gray and have him help him with the game plan, because Jerry Gray has played in this league and he's coached some really great cornerbacks in this league. Why is he not utilizing that
30 years
knowledge that's literally next door to him?
Yep.
Just look at it like this. You got the answers to the test right in front of you, and you're not trying. It's kind of like you know that you got a hard test. You know that this test is going to be tough. You have no experience. You have no knowledge. Let's be honest. A college coach coaching in the NFL, a man that was fired as a head coach
after 6 games.
Exactly. So let's call a spade a spade.
Let's not forget about that now.
Look at Jerry Gray. First round pick as a corner for the Rams, was a Pro Bowler, and also balled out for the Houston Oilers with Jerry Glanville in his career. So when you look at this man has coached Pac-Man Jones, Darrelle Revis. He coached what's my man's name? He used to play for us. Coached strong safety, the Lawyer Malloy. He's coached a lot of great players.
Jair Alexander recently.
And don't forget about Bullock. Wait a minute, don't forget about Atlanta's own Eric Stokes, Georgia Bulldog.
Right.
So again, when you look at all the pedigree of players and you look at his resume, this is a man that you need to lean on. This is a man that you need to learn from. And I said this long time ago, you don't bring in an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator with no experience. You just don't do that. If you're going to bring them in, you bring them in with veterans. You let the veteran, pretty much this is how it's going to be. The veterans are going to have a title of being the OC or the DC. You're going to let those young guys pretty much run it. And if something is wrong, that's when the vet steps in and says, no, we're going to run it this way, blah, 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 blah. You let them learn trial by fire, but having training wheels at that point. So, again, I look at the offensive coordinator position. I'm going to call a spade a spade. One guy that should have been called as an OC for us, it shouldn't have been Zach Robinson off the bat. It should have been Frank Wright, the man that was on the couch that won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. Plenty. Think about it. Led one of the greatest comebacks against Jerry Gray, if you remember, in the playoffs in '92, and helped the Bills get to the Super Bowl as a backup. So the man has playoff experience, championship experience, tough division rivals, because the NFC East was tough when he was there as an OC. You bring that in to help your offense. You can't have anybody to get Kirk Cousins to do right if they don't have experience and a pedigree. You know, Kirk gonna look at him and say, okay, I'm gonna listen to you, but it's not that same type of respect that you get from a Frank Wright who got a ring as an OC.
Right.
Different kind of respect.
Facts. I can feel that. I definitely can feel that. You can say the same thing about Brian Flores too, though, Ryan. You know, it's on the defensive end because he was still out there.
Could have brought in Robert Saleh as a consultant until the season was over.
We could have brought in
Steve Wilkes as an assistant who's
Steve
around the building.
He was already here.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if Steve Wilkes get a job at Carolina.
There'd be a whole lot of things.
No. You try to write the ship.
You saying no? You saying no? Don't think it's not possible.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying no, as I would hope that wouldn't. See, honestly, that would be the right thing for them to do. That would be too much like right. But I'm hoping that that he wouldn't hopefully, man, I don't want to see that, man. Steve Wilkes getting another job, man. He gonna be a man on a mission.
Don't be surprised the Bears don't call him out.
I wouldn't be surprised.
How do you feel like
this, man? We may end up bringing him in next season if Raheem can stay around that long.
The Bears calling it.
Moving on to the next topic. Yo, how does the Falcons offense, and this is for Graybeard on this one, we'll chime in on this. The Falcons offense must find a way to score and to win consistently right now. Consistency is key, and it hasn't been found. How do the Falcons get this consistency going with this offense this week against Minnesota?
Well, I mean, Coach Camp had this last week. We are literally the number one team of consistently being inconsistent in pretty much all three phases of football. Yep. I mean, I look at what Zach Robin was trying to do. He'll go with the run. We'll have some success with the run. Go completely away from the run. He'll try these toss plays that don't make no sense. Or the famous jet sweep on 3rd and 1, which literally made absolutely no sense. I just want to slap fire out of him after he did it the second time. So, I mean, I just think
first time was supposed to be a miscommunication. That was so they said.
But the second time, come on, man. Come on, I'm just saying.
The first time you do it, it's a mistake. The second time you do it, it's a habit.
For real.
Fact.
Almost thought that was Dirk. I thought that was Dirk Cutter for a minute. But
Dirk Cutter was a little bit more competent than Zach Robinson. Now I can't let you do him like that. Man, Dirk was a little bit more competent than Zach.
Hey, to each his own. But all I'm saying is, but all I'm saying is, for Zach, man, I think he just tries to do too much. He's a year one rookie offensive coordinator, and he want his name to be out there. So when a future head coaching job come up, his name would be there in bright light, because everybody would go at him first. But I just think he just be trying to just throw stuff together and hope it sticks, man.
Well, this tape ain't helping him.
Oh no, it's horrible. But I just think, man, if it's working, keep going at it. I mean, we had a balanced attack with Tyler Algier and Bijan. You just trying to force-feed Bijan to death, and Tyler it just be getting the whim. Like, I still can't get over him when he tried to have them with that lead blocking on that halfback on the goal line, man. To me, if we want to have success with a very talented Viking defense that get after the ball and can get turnovers, he has to be consistent with his offense, which is running the football, making adjustments on the fly. Don't wait till halftime. If you see something ain't working, adjust. Don't wait, because you already know the other team is going to adjust on you. So I just think, man, he just need to keep it simple. I think he just trying to be this multifaceted, like freaking Sean McVay. You're not Sean McVay.
And that's a great point because when they had their 4 games where they scored 30+ points, that's exactly what they were doing. They were simplifying the playbook, and it worked. Right. They were running the football effectively. They were using the play action, and guess what? They were getting Kyle Pitts involved.
Yeah. And one more thing.
Go ahead, Red.
But we really need to start with the pistol, because it's not working.
No, that's crazy.
Put that pistol up.
Because I got one. Yeah, you stupid kid. I got one more stat that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, you know that.
We are 6-2 against the NFC, but we're 0-4 against the AFC. There's 2 games we don't play where the defense had literally shut down the offense, and we still lost.
Pittsburgh and Los Angeles.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, though. The problem is Zach Robinson wanting to turn Bijan Robinson into Christian McCaffrey. You can't do that now. You can't do that. And at this point, you got to call a spade a spade. It's like, look, you are obviously not utilizing one of the best backs in the league that's sitting on the side.
Yeah.
A man that broke William Andrews' rookie record. Just saying, and he was a 4th string running back and came in and was sharing carries, would have obliterated that record if he started. And when you look at it, how do you not run this guy? We understand what Bijan does, but here's my thing. If you see that your big back is averaging 3 to 4 yards to carry, he's shortening up the distance to move the chains. When are you going to use common sense? Common sense ain't so common with this dude. It's like the left side of his brain is just not there. Or as my man Smitty would say, the elevator don't go all the way up to the top. It's just what it is.
Ain't been there yet.
I mean, it's just, this is bad. We always got
the penthouse.
I'm just saying, bro.
I'm gonna tell you just how how can I say as incompetent as this is. This offense is just as incompetent as Diddy trying to have Craig Mack be a Grammy Award winner. That's how messed up this thing is. You know what I'm saying? That's how messed up it is at this point. You told Craig Mack, we gonna go to the top. Guess what? Craig Mack was out on the streets and became a minister. God rest his soul. But but it is what it is. The man was out of the rap game because the man messed up his mind.
We never got two things that match.
Never.
We got no burger,
peanut butter,
no
jelly.
Think about it. You got a pass rush, no coverage.
And no burger.
It's weird, bro. Like this team, this team is consistently inconsistent. One game the offense shows up and puts on the show. Then the defense just gives it up, gives up the draws. Then the defense plays out their mind. We can't get the offense out of neutral. Like, when is this team? What's this? Week 13?
13.
14.
When is this team going to put it all together? A full, consistent 4 quarters of football where we dominate on both sides of the ball, not one way to another.
We haven't done it yet.
Competent people in the front. When you have competent people in the front office, no disrespect to Terry, because Rich McKay's been a problem for the longest or whatnot. They had, let's just be real. You had Jim Harbaugh, you had Bill Belichick. A lot of people didn't want Belichick because he was going to leave, but let's put it this way. Belichick would have established a culture here. You might not like it, you might not agree with it, you can't stand it. And y'all might say the game is passing them by, but I guarantee you this. Our defense wouldn't be giving up the draws on those runs. Our secondary would be a hell of a lot better.
Very different.
I'm just saying the culture would be different. It would be totally different with him or Jim Harbaugh is another one that would have literally changed the culture. But at this point, guess what? They signed off on the man that liked the skin and grin and duck stuff. That I'm gonna be honest with you. Raheem could be a president. He could be the president of the United States after Donald Trump get out of office. That Negro dodges everything. And yes, I said Negro. I didn't say anything bad. I can say that.
Right.
But that joker that definitely dodges great questions like a politician. I wouldn't trust him with my left shoe, but at the same time, he definitely could do a press conference perfectly as the president of the United States because he damn sure do it with the Falcons.
But is it just me, or is he starting to get that same look Arthur Smith had last year when he was confused? He really didn't know what was going on.
Yep.
I've seen it in the Denver game.
I definitely seen it in the Denver game. We got skull dragging.
It was like almost like a deflated look, and he was just like, "Man, what is going on?"
But here's the question I got for y'all, fellas: why in the hell is this guy? He's literally stuck on stupid sometimes when it comes to his play calling. You're a second-time head coach. Arthur Smith got a pass because he was a first-time head coach. That's what happened. But when you got a guy that's already been there before, he should know better. He should know better at this point. Why do you think we still are stuck on stupid at times?
Ego.
Yeah. Definitely ego.
I mean, you're going to have ego as a head coach, you know. And then at the same time, you bringing your homeboys to work with you, you know. I mean, all that, you know, some factors in. I'm sorry. And then at the end of the day, we all got to grow together now. You know, second time head coach, but first year coordinators. We're going to have to grow together, y'all. And at the end of the day, that's just a process that I hate to say stuck in, but we're stuck in. We're locked in. We're strapped, and
regardless
of whatever the result
you bring in, that's why you got to change that mentality. What kind of coach you bring in? You got to bring in.
I want to ask K-Dub this. Now, we always talk about honesty and things of that sort. Exactly. When the hell is he gonna stop having yes men around him? Exactly. In your opinion?
Never. Hey man, I mean, like I said, I'm down for making wholesale changes. So, like I said, I sung his praises when he came in, but I'm also a realist. You know, I don't want you to get fired, so you need to make the changes accordingly, because this buddy system, it ain't working. It's not working. We need to get guys in here that are motivators and get these guys to play the way that we're supposed to be playing, like these Hawks are playing right now. We got to get these guys to play team football, all 11 on each side playing together as one, and going for the greater good of the city of Atlanta.
I'm actually glad you said that, K-Dub. I'm actually glad you said that, because as I look back last 10 years, he's coached both sides of the football. So why is there not balance? Why are there not balance on this team? When you have coached both sides of the football, 9 times out of 10, you can put your blueprint on the entire team. So it's somewhere that he's misfiring. If he's misfiring, then the team is going to misfire. So he's got to put his blueprint on this team, and if he doesn't, hey, he might lose it.
I just feel like what he's trying to do, like what Ryan is saying. I think he's trying to be more of a mayor, like he's out kissing babies and shaking hands instead of taking hold of the team. I mean, that's just what I see.
Well, K-Dub, let me ask you this. Just to that point. All right, now you see how the aura, and we talked about this when we first hired Raheem, how it just seemed like he was a breath of fresh air. The aura was there, all that stuff like that. The complete opposite from our last head coach, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? He's consistently took jabs at Arthur Smith. Well, you know, if he had a quarterback, you know, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? All those different things like that. Do you just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like that like factors in? He's just trying to make sure he does everything opposite of what Arthur Smith did.
That's what it looked like to me.
No, I mean, I don't feel like he's doing anything opposite. I just feel like he came in, he talked a lot of trash. You got to back it up now. It's just like anything in life. I mean, you should have just came in more humble. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm ready to get to work. More of that type of persona instead of, I'm coming in. I got the ring over here. Y'all ain't nothing but a quarterback away. I wouldn't even be here. I'm like, okay, I like the swag, but it
gotta back it up.
What really killed me. Really killed me. I'm not sure all the Falcons fans. Yeah.
But here's my thing.
What he said, what did he say? Oh, Kirk got us here. Got us to 500. What else going to take us? We just happened to have a terrible division this year. That's what happened. That statement just took me to yonder.
to well.
But K-Dub, but here's the other problem. Now, everybody keep talking about swag. I'm gonna tell you this here. To hell with swag. I don't care about looking good. That's been the problem. That's been the problem for the longest. There's no substance with it. That's the problem. Give me somebody in here that's gonna win. Winning is a damn swagger. To hell with looking good and sounding good in these press conferences. That's the problem. I almost went from talking football to talking about our community real quick. Let me go ahead and get back and deter this because it's about to get real left real quick.
Don't do that.
Go ahead and reel that back in.
Oh no, don't do that.
Let me reel that back in because I'm gonna call a spade a spade. We need to get somebody in here that's business oriented, that's going to get the job done, that is handling business by winning, not kissing babies, not out here swag surfing, worrying about what these damn fans thinking in this sense. Yeah, we pay the money, but let's be real. We would be happy if they didn't do half of that crap if they was just winning ball games and owning a top spot in the league.
Yeah,
I take it to think about it. I take a boring team that's got 10, 11 wins, and we know we got a lock for a playoff game and a bye week.
Man, I told one of our
guys about
the same thing. I told him the same thing. I would love to be a team.
Hey, Ryan, that's what I loved about Mike Smith. And when you did that interview with him, he kind of implicated that. You know, he had that no nonsense mentality. He just got down to business. And if you didn't fit what he was doing, hey, Go find you somewhere else.
There you go.
Look at
That's why I
Mike
always
Tomlin.
say.
Look at how Mike Tomlin handles business. He's not he's a player. He's a player's coach. Don't get me wrong. But when it's time to handle business and hunker down, don't get in that man's face. Don't get nowhere in his area because he's gonna do his job.
Coach, this is what I love about Pittsburgh, though. Pittsburgh has a blueprint that has been implemented for the last 50 years. Yeah. Every coach that came in, they've gone by that same blueprint, the same, whatever way they do things. Even, I've interviewed LeVar Kirkland, so I've heard this 1,000 times. And whatever they do in the draft, they don't care what round you in. They don't care if you're undrafted. If you fit the system and you fit what they do, they're going to bring you in and you're going to play. And that's what the Falcons need. They need a solid, firm foundation for this team to build on.
Yeah,
that's something put in place that's going to last from generation to generation, man. That's just that simple.
Yeah, but that starts with having a competent scout. We don't have competent scout.
But here's the thing, I was getting ready to throw this out here because I have an older cousin in my family. He played for those Steelers back in the 70s. He's got 4 rings, was a tight end. His name's Larry Brown. Y'all can look him up. I can tell you right now, Larry Brown said the biggest key to their success was a gentleman by the name of Bill Nunn. You go back and look at him. He and Lloyd Wells were 2 of the best black scouts in the league. Guess what? They understood talent. They didn't care where it came from. They understood how to scout talent. And again, when you have people that know football and can actually understand scouting talent opposed to just picking guys because you like them or you fall in love with them on the interview. Hey, I'll take a dude that's difficult as hell that can't do an interview that can play on Sundays. I'll take that all day. All day. Yeah. The problem is we got too many church boys on this team.
I'm telling you, need to do with the screws in every team.
Yeah,
you need a coach like Ryan.
It's been that way for years, though, brother.
Hey, can we get a couple of crooks on our team? Can we get a couple of dudes that don't mind throwing some hands every once in a while? Can we get some of them, please?
Hey man, I'm just saying.
It's funny
you got Mike.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was about to say you just was saying about Mike Tomlin. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's out there still handling that personality that by the name of George Pickens. People are saying that he's NBA young boy and with a football helmet on. Hey, at the end of the day, he's still able to handle that personality. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, at the end of the day, it's no nonsense. And the goal is still to win games at the bottom line, end of the day.
Before we move to
I'm glad you brought that name up. And see, this is where scouting has messed up.
Mm-hmm.
We look at, what's been going on with the last 3 to 4 years drafting these offensive players. We have right now defensive players. We had a chance to go get a defensive squad that can turn this whole team around. Because I know with our players, you can plug and play those guys, and they can put up numbers. Because let's remember, no knock to Harry Douglas, even he had 1,000-yard season. So you look at what we lost with.
Couldn't put Harry Douglas around either, though.
But I'm just saying, positions like that, man, you can go out and find a guy to get 1,000 yards. Look at Mike Shanahan in Denver. He had Mike Anderson and what's the other kid name used to play? Quentin Griffin from Oklahoma back in the day. Both of those guys ran for 1,000 yards. And they were day 3 picks and undrafted picks. And Mike Anderson was in the Air Force. Come on now,
Smitty, you got to remember this, bro. George Pickens, and I'm gonna tell you just like this, bro. George Pickens. This is how you know he was a menace because they tell stories about him, and I know a few people who know him personally. He's from that Montgomery area in Alabama. He was a bully coming up. He was a thug. It's just what it was. Nick Saban. No, this is how you know. This is how you know. Lights on, nobody home. If Nick Saban goes to your school one time and says, "You know what? I'm good." He didn't even stay 30 minutes. He got up and walked out and left him there. Left him. The talent was there, but Nick didn't want to deal with that personality.
An incompetent staff would do things like that. That's what I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Drake London should not have been picked where he was picked. You still had Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave on the board, and then George Pickens in the second round. Why not go get your defensive lineman and Jordan Davis, and then move back up and go get a George Pickens?
Hey, I ain't finna bust your balls like that, but I got to because you talking about my fellow vet. Mike Anderson was not in the Air Force, my boy. That's a Marine.
He was a Marine.
That's a Marine. You got to be careful when you say that because it's some. It's some Marines in the chat. Look, it's some Marines in the chat that's done fired off already.
They like, hold the hell on now.
Yeah. Man, you gotta represent the right branch now.
Hey,
you gotta represent the right
messing
branch.
up my branches like
Go
that,
get
bro.
jumped, Smitty. God dang.
Hey, man. GK Camper
They don't want no smoke.
That's a true devil dog right there. You can't say that.
Yeah, GK Camper man.
But let's be honest before we get to this next topic. The problem with the Falcons, Kerry said it before, is the fact that they're looking at the off the field stuff. Arthur Blank has been scarred so bad because of Michael Vick. You will never have anybody up in here with character issues.
He got an LIG.
Bro, that's like him. He's a scorned lover right now. That's what he looked like. He looked like a bitter lover right now. Because it's like, look, you passed up on Jalen Carter. I'm gonna let the cat out the bag, and I don't give a damn how your fans feel and how mine feel. This is what it is. Bijan should have not been drafted here in Atlanta. I don't give a damn what you say. Jalen Carter should have been here. We have no true zero technique that can stop the run. Bijan is holding up and doing great things.
But you had that with Jordan Davis. Remember, I said that.
Wait a minute. Here's the question I got. Are y'all in it for winning ball games or y'all in it for flash plays and splash plays? Because at the end of the day, we can have highlights all day. We can have him faking people out, making it look good on camera, but guess what? We're not winning games. Defense wins championships. You win in the trenches, and you had a generational talent in not Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter, but you didn't want to take a chance on the kid. But it is what it is.
Think about what I said, Ryan. Just think about what I said earlier. You just talked about. You just made my point earlier. I talked about Michael Parsons sitting right there when Kyle Pitts was there. That's your outside linebacker. Jalen Carter is your edge. Jordan Davis is your zero technique. That's the defense that you build around with AJ Terrell.
Wait a minute. You took Troy and everybody said, oh, y'all just homers because y'all dog fans in this here. Let's be real. No. I want you to go back and look at what Kobe Dean's doing in Philly. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
They are panning.
Compared to Troy, the man that was drafted over him, Troy Anderson. Let's talk about it.
I'd never talk about underside linebacker with London Fletcher was roaming around.
Ain't nobody say it was. Wait a minute. Ain't nobody say it was Sam Mills was playing for the Aints and busting out during running back. 5'9" of them boys.
5'9".
Exactly.
I actually wanted Nick Benito, but he went after both of our draft picks.
Hell, a guy we wanted was Chad Muma. That was the guy that we wanted. And
oh
he's
my
showing out
God!
Boy,
don't
so when we look at the scouting department, this is when I say the performance that we're getting on the field, ladies and gentlemen, is due to the lack from our scouting department. Let's just call a spade a spade.
And they got to let go of the pass too, man, because I talk to Chuck Smith all the time. And me and Chuck Smith talk edge rushers all the time. He can give me a rundown on every single edge rusher in the draft. And you mean tell me you can't bring nobody like that in your front office that knows edge rushing, that has an academy that trains people, and you still struggling with this? He should have been a defensive. He shouldn't have had to go to Baltimore to be a defensive line coach. He should have been right here.
Yeah,
we had him in our backyard for years.
He was in the backyard the whole time. Right. He was right there the whole time.
He was right there.
Exactly.
And he wanted
begging for a job.
That's the problem. That's the problem. You don't want to give guys that come in here, roll up their sleeves, and actually go to work. And they're not trying to be all in front of the cameras, dancing in the videos. Hey, I need some folks that's got that Suge Knight type of death row mentality. That's what we need. I'm just gonna keep that a buck.
We ain't trying to hit nobody with no car.
I don't care. Take it. But I'm just saying.
We can think
they might need
you got Terrence Matt. Wait a minute. You got one of the greatest Falcon receivers of all time in Terrence Mathis in the city, and you pass on this brother. This man took a head coaching job. No disrespect, because we support HBCUs in here in the cage. That's what we do. The man is at Morehouse trying to rebuild that program right now. He's trying to rebuild it. You got a guy that coached wide receivers and sent kids to college. Can work and works with college kids, and you don't want to bring him in for your receiver core, give him a job.
Hey,
Like, come on.
It's just different, man. It's crazy. Another guy that wanted to do that, that wanted to be a part of the Atlanta Falcons.
Until
I mean, it's so many.
Hey, look here.
Yeah, we did. We
I'm
damn
be
sure
quiet
did.
on that. I'm gonna let that one go.
We gotta apologize to man, right?
What's up, Boom?
We might need to
Boom,
apologize.
Boom
Boom,
done took too many booms to the head. If you
our
talking
boy
like
DA.
that,
That's our
Boom done
boy
had a
DA.
couple concussions.
So
He
here's
done
Come on,
been
man. You
dropped
got
on his head.
Let it go, man.
you
Let
got
it
cut
go.
Boom a break.
Yeah, let it go,
Nah.
man.
Not at
Stall-
all. No.
stall him out.
No.
Stall him out,
No.
Debo.
No.
Stall him
We're
out.
not doing that.
Come on, man.
We're not apologizing to Matt Ryan. The man
Breathe.
served a purpose.
Breathe.
He was bad for 4 years, and he had to get up out of here. Plain and simple. Ain't nobody apologizing for that. You lost your mind.
Come on, man. Breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe.
For all the time. Man.
Breathe.
Come back,
on,
coach.
Come on back, coach.
Oh, come on.
that was staff going right there.
Cat said, coach said, no, man, he struck a nerve. Goddamn it.
That
that's
was
gas
staff.
actually coming out right
That was
there.
staff going right there. I know what that is.
Yeah, Tyler,
Two
I
card,
really
boy.
mean that.
Hey,
So
you
here's
had
the
to.
topic
You
that
had
everybody
to.
wants. Falcons are begging for Penix to come in, but we
Okay,
got to get somebody that's going to protect his blind side.
Facts.
Come on.
How do we go? How do we go with this one, Cam?
How do we fix it? By bringing in people who actually know how to block. We can't have turnstiles out there like Caleb McGarry and I like Newsel better than I liked
Storm Noy can play that right side.
yeah,
Thank
Norton
you.
should be in there. I really don't like I like Newsel way better than I like the current center we have. He should have been going a long time ago. But with him being a left-handed quarterback, his back is to blitz every single time. And the way Caleb McGarry blocks, that man is going to end up on a stretcher. And I don't want to speak ill or speak an injury on Michael Penix Jr. before he even sees the field. But when you have a Lamborghini that's sitting in the wind, waiting for a nice summer day to be driven, you're not going to drive it in the rain and spin out. Unfortunately, with this offensive line, Kirk Cousins has taken more hits over this season than any other quarterback. He's been sacked in the top 5 this whole season. You want to put Michael Penix, who has a history of injuries to his shoulder, both ACLs, and you want to put him out there in the middle of a heated playoff race for the division and the playoffs. But who is going to block for him? Because if we can't block for Kirk Cousins, who can't run, do you really want to put the jeopardy of your franchise out there right now with no one to protect him? And then we got to turn around and go back to Kirk Cousins, who's already emotional because he was upset that we drafted Michael Penix to begin with?
Absolutely not.
You don't want to. That's just like last season when we went from Ritter to
Mariota,
Heineke, whatever his name is, and then back to Ritter,
and then Mariota.
You don't want to do that. You have to have consistency. If
Mariota don't count.
Make the playoffs, you don't want to switch him out right now. And I'm not even talking about money. I'm purely talking about him being able to scan the field and have more than enough time to actually get the ball to our receivers. Mm-hmm. A lot of it is not on Kirk Cousins. Let's just be honest. Our receivers cannot get open at the top of their routes. You have Kyle Pitts who quits on the job.
Yeah, he did. He did.
When you have top 5 talent or top 10 talent that you bring in and draft, and they're not doing the job, you cannot put all of it on the quarterback. You can't put all of it on the offensive line.
Facts.
Because again, the average time for a quarterback to throw the ball in the NFL is about 2.8 seconds.
Yep.
Kirk Cousins is getting about 2.5 to about 2.6, so he's not too far off from the league average. So the offensive line is doing their job. When are the receivers, the tight end, and the running back going to do their job and get open? And it also has to do a lot with Zach Robinson calling these vanilla cupcake plays.
Thank you.
Pistol formation.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Gee,
The pistol has to go.
it
The
has
pistol
to.
has to go. If you want to do a two back system, cool. But at the same time, you have to know exactly what you're doing. Zach Robinson is not a competent head coach. He has no situational awareness. I keep bringing that up.
That's true.
Whenever there's certain situations, the 3-1, why are we running jet sweeps? Not once,
But
not twice, but
But
three times in the same game.
I like it.
When you have Tyler Algier, you also have Bijan, who's learning how to hit the hole and fall forward. He's no longer being turned sideways.
Right.
Why are we not running up the ball? Why are we not running the ball up the middle?
And not to jump ahead.
question.
This is why I exactly said what I said a couple of months ago. This is why I believe they would draft the offensive tackle with their first pick in the draft.
Yeah,
Because they got to protect that future.
got to.
And it's crazy because
They got
I
the
really don't
coming out,
believe
too.
that the Falcons wanted to do this soon. You know, I think they wanted to possibly let Kirk get his 2 years in, and then after that, move on and possibly get somebody in the following draft because we need to address this defensive line, the defense period, and get some of those mean guys that we're talking about. And it's some defensive linemen, edge rushers, everything coming out of this year's draft coming up. So
Linebacker.
yeah, bro. We definitely need linebackers. We need some pieces, y'all. We need some pieces, and we need some
Unless we
mean
go after a
guys.
tackle, unless we take a tackle in free agency, a bona fide starter that's in the league right now, or something, and then address the defense in the draft.
Yeah.
Well, we've had drafts where we could have affected the defense, but we didn't. We
Right.
decided to go offense.
Right.
Three
So I
concussions.
we don't need them
you
all.
look at how many drafts we've gone and we've taken offensive players in the first round.
A tight end, a running back, and a wide receiver.
Now, I'm sorry. Kyle Pitts should have never been an Atlanta Falcon.
Thank you.
That's one guy who I say
The
Kyle
more
Pitts
we
should
look at
have
this,
never.
Not
been
with
a
Jamar
Lambo.
Chase still on the board.
Thank
Bro,
you.
I would have took Jamar Chase.
Chase.
I would have took Panay Sewell. I would have took Michael Parsons.
Panay Sewell was the right pick. But
Panay
Parsons was my guy.
Panay
Because
Cool would have made a
Parsons-
whole lot of sense.
Right. Parsons with that
I
game
think
changer.
I'd
that we
take
did.
Penix
Again,
Sewell.
but
I
again,
like Parsons, but I would love to take Penix Sewell.
but let's be real. Again, everybody want to sit there and say, "Oh well, Pitts didn't have this, Pitts didn't have that." Okay, guess what? Brock Bowers has had two crappy quarterbacks, and the boy's still balling out there in LA.
Lead the league in
Las
reception.
Vegas.
So he's a freak of nature.
I'm just saying. The man
I
getting
thought
end around
Kyle
like he
was
did
a
in
freak of
Georgia.
nature.
They letting him throw the ball. He's catching it. So again, when you sit back and look at it,
A freak of what?
I
again,
thought, like he said Brock Bowers is a freak of nature. I said I thought
Which he
Kyle
is.
Pitts was supposed to be a freak of nature.
exactly.
Where the unicorn horn don't fell off.
He's
It go
It
with.
broke.
he's
I'm
a-
gonna tell you like
It's
this:
done. It's
when
done.
you quit running on your routes because you're throwing a hissy fit or whatnot, man, kick rocks. Kick rocks.
Now everything he fumbled at that yard line, and they gave it that touchdown in Tampa. He just,
I've been off of him ever since then. I've been down with him.
Jesus.
That was my last straw with it.
He can go.
They want to
can
tell
go
you that was
for
my
ball.
last straw.
Which one?
My last
Yeah,
straw.
man.
The Kyle
Yeah,
Pitts
man.
one
My
at the
straw
end.
sold yesterday.
That was
Oh,
my
my
last
straw was
straw.
the day they called his name in the fourth round. Everybody on this panel will tell you that.
In the
Oh
first
yeah,
round.
yeah. I just knew Parsons was coming to
Go to
Atlanta.
four pick.
Do you know we the only franchise in NFL history to pick a tight end in the top 5 spot? No other franchise can
He's
ever
the highest
And-
tight end ever
ever.
taken in life.
And
ever
it is.
done this.
And it even
They
gets
don't even do
even
this on
funnier when
Madden.
you look at it. You draft
Come
him
on.
that high.
They don't even do that on man.
He said,
I'm
You
just
gotta
I
laugh.
know. I drive right into the
"Funny, I
fence.
don't care. That was funny. That was funny. Dang.
go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
still
and start.
flabbergasted at that. I'm still flabbergasted at that pick. And
I think. Oh, 92.9 the game is too. Oh yeah, they were going ham.
and here's the bad part. Now think about it. Steve Weiss came on here when we had the interview with him. Steve even said himself, that was an Arthur Smith pick. That had nothing to do with Terry. Everybody keeps saying fire Terry, but here's my thing. Terry cleared up our books. Terry pretty much gave us a top 10 defense last year with the pieces that he had before he had any money. It's pretty much on the coaches at this point. The man is bringing in stuff. Some of the stuff I wouldn't draft, but I'm saying the free agency and him being able to handle the money in the contracts, that's been bonus. But the scouting department, he got to fix that. He's got to fix
honestly,
that.
Quick question for the chat. Quick question.
Everybody.
Quick question for the chat. Why do y'all want to fire Terry? What has he done so badly?
Oh, I ain't never
for this mediocre franchise.
Y'all want to see a funny comment real quick?
I just name me a better GM that would do a better job than what Terry.
Hey, Cam,
I would not.
Cam, I'm gonna let you handle this one.
Go ahead.
I got here you go, Cam. Look at the bottom of the screen. I got you, bro.
Oh, Kyle Pitts is a stud. The organization is a dud.
Desmond Mason. Doesn't matter. Excuse me. Let me tell you this, brother.
He's not a tight end.
It ain't too much in your head, is it? You can hear a pin drop up there, can't you? when has Kyle Pitts ever been a stud? Now he wasn't even a stud in college, bro. He had one good year. One. Count it. One. He had 1 year where he had double-digit touchdowns. One. That was his senior year in Florida. And guess who was at Florida with him?
Kadarius Toney.
Van Jefferson, who was here.
Van Jefferson.
He had a
Freddie Swain.
Wide, sir. So you to sit there and for you to sit there and say that Kyle Pitts is a great tight end, he was trash.
Kerry, it's not a wild take.
I'm sorry. Look it up.
Hold up. Kerry, it's not a wild take. When you got Kadarius Toney as your best player on the field.
One. He's not a good tight end. Even in college, he wasn't good.
They fell in love with the measurable, man. That's all.
Hey, hold up. Hey, Kerry, I got shout out to Kerry. She do her thing and whatnot on the Falcons podcast.
Ritter was a bum. Grade A. Hot garbage.
That card coming out.
Hey, hold up. I gotta put him on chill. Yo, Kerry, that's not a wild take because he had great receivers around him in that system. And they pretty much, most of his routes or whatnot were seam routes that we should be running him on at this point. That's what he ate off of. But when you have a Kadarius Toney and a Van Jefferson that can stress a defense, it makes it a hell of a lot easier. But I digress.
I'm telling you, if they didn't have Felipe Franks at quarterback, they would have been a whole lot better.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, that's when they put in Kyle Trask. When they put in Kyle Trask, they made it to the SEC championship game.
Right, exactly.
Until Alabama knocked them out. Them out.
I'm just saying, man. I'm glad Coach Cam said that though, man. Because
Kyle, you're talking about Kyle Trask. The difference is Kyle Trask actually could throw, but it was mainly deep shots that he threw on downfield. But let's go ahead and get to this last part before we get into the picks or whatnot for the week of what we're gonna do. How can the secondary hold up without a pass rush at the end of the season when it's crucial when we have Minnesota, we got to play against Washington, got the Raiders to play against? I mean, it's gonna be tough. But how do you think that this secondary is going to hold up? Mike Hughes is coming back, and you got DeMarco Hellams coming back, by the way.
Right. That's good. That helped. Having depth helped. But you acting your secondary to literally hold down the defense just enough for your player up front to try to touch the quarterback. Not hack, but touch the quarterback. Man, you acting for an L. So I don't know how much the secondary can take because they can't cover for more than 3 seconds. You acting pretty much freaking Jakey Bacon them to cover for like 5 seconds, which is nearly impossible in the National Football League. So I don't know what Jimmy Lake gonna have to do. He gotta do the same thing he did last week, even though we took an L. Blitz your linebacker.
There you go, Clay.
Just blitz everybody. Just do, because if you rely on our secondary too much, they're gonna get killed. Anybody else?
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that folks stick. I think it's funny that folks, like you were saying, are really paying attention to it. But we got to put Justin Simmons in the box. He's going to have to be an extra backer because at this point, the way that this defense is run, you got to let Jesse Bates roam. That's how Jesse Bates was killing it last year. And you got to play a little bit more man-to-man coverage opposed to playing a lot of prevent defense and this weak zone defense that we're playing that we keep getting eaten up on.
Why are we in prevent so freaking much?
Because we don't have a pass rush and they don't trust our front to get home. That's the reason why.
Well, the preventing us from getting wins because that's why we're
and the bad thing about it, when your linebackers can't cover, that's just 2 times as worse.
Yeah, because Troy Anderson can't cover with a damn. I'm hard.
We ain't never hit those.
I love his speed, but man, when he go against the Raiders, when he go against Brock Bauer, God help him. All I got to
you got to pray Desmond Ritter was starting quarterback that game. That's all I got to say.
I'm trying to tell you.
I still think Desmond is going to be playing against us. I don't know why I feel like that.
He does better than Gardner Minshew, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No,
I think his first snap was a fumble, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
I ain't trying to be like that, but
hey,
ain't that what it was?
I call him Mr. Triple Double for a reason.
You don't want that.
You know, our man Kool-Aid called Arnold Ebiketie Mr. Aerobics. That's all he do is run.
Oh, hey man, at least he got a career high.
Shout out to Kool-Aid, man. ATL Kool-Aid drinkers, man. Y'all check out my boy's channel.
Hey, he got 2 Kool-Aid.
We've been waiting on this forever.
Press man. We need to go back to press man like we did on Sunday.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you look at what happened on Sunday, them playing press gave those guys a lot more time to get home.
Hey, coach, that's how I know Jerry Gray had his hand on the game plan.
Yeah,
that's what he ran. That's what he ran in Buffalo. Same.
No, hey, Phil Sorrell, you are absolutely correct. Jimmy Lake is horrible. He got fired 6 games into his first season at Washington. You don't get fired 6 games into your first season as a head coach in college.
In big game, I'm talking about in big game. You're in the
they fired him
Pac-12.
after 6 games in Washington.
And you're in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 ain't that strong.
Gravy train.
The Pac-12 is the ACC.
He got fired after 6 games. What does that tell you?
That's trash.
He's not to be a coach.
And then the coach that has the Alabama job right now took that team to a national championship. His players.
In 2 years.
Literally. With our franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
That transfer.
That's tough, y'all. That's tough now, darn it.
That's what nepotism do, though.
But those are the facts.
Hey, that's tougher than a $2 steak that you on right about now.
Hey, but what they say, you gotta call it spade, goddamn.
Hey, but look here, Desmond. I never wanted Jimmy Lake here. I never wanted him.
He choked. Here's the thing: he choked the kid out. But the reason they got rid of him is because they were not winning, and they wanted to find a way to get rid of him because he was also having problems with the AD and folks in the front office. So when he choked that kid, he pretty much signed his own death warrant with his college career coaching at Washington at that time.
Yeah, he's like Urban Meyer right now. He can't. He's thankful to have a job.
Oh, Urban Meyer. Man, I tell you.
That's the name we ain't gonna talk about.
Raheem picked his homies to be his coordinators.
Hey, look. Y'all can clown all y'all want. Hey, y'all can clown all y'all want. At least he getting a lap dance. That's all I got to say.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing. He ain't got no lemon pepper wings to go with him, bro.
Nah. No wet whatsoever.
All he got is peanuts and beer.
Comfortable job though, an outcome though. I give him that. Comfortable.
All right, so let's talk about this matchup with this week with the Vikings. Their offense definitely is going to be very tough to stop when we look at these matchups. Our secondary is really going to have a tall task ahead of them, but we got to get that same production out of our front with the sacks production last week, or at least get pressure on the quarterback like we did last week to be able to have a chance in this game and slowing that offense down. Mm-hmm. Who do you think is going to be X factors in this game? I'm going to start this one off, and one offense, one defense, and then we're going to do the score predictions.
Okay.
I gotta go. I'm gonna be honest with you. Defensively, I gotta go with Jesse Bates in this game. He's got to be the eyes and ears. He's got to see everything. He's got to play from sideline to sideline, and he's got to make sure that the defense is aligned properly because you still got to deal with Jefferson, and then you got the kid out of USC that they took last year. You have two of those guys you're gonna have to deal with. Offensively,
you still got TJ Hawkinson too.
I ain't even gonna talk about that. That's a whole nother monster. But offensively, I gotta have production from my offensive line, be able to open holes for the running game, and you gotta be able to give pass protection to Kirk because he's shook right now. Is a prostitute at the Mississippi Pimp Convention right now. He just shook. So at this point, these are my X factors this week. So I'm gonna slide this one to K Dub and then A1, Coach, Gray Bit, and then Smitty. K Dub, who are your X factors for this ball game?
Well, I mean, for my X factors on the defense side of football, I'm going to go ahead and take AJ Terrell this week. He has a big matchup. I know he's going to get some great receivers. I think he's going to hold his own and go get him another pick like he did a couple games back. And on the offensive side of football, I'm going to put the onus on the head coach. I'm going for Raheem. I need you to step up and coach this team the right way and get this win, man. That's what's on. You can leave the designer J's at home. Let's put on some raggedy old Cortez Nikes or something.
Not Cortez.
Do something.
Man.
Can we get the black Air Force energy, bro? The hell with the Cortez. We ain't on no Forrest Gump tilt. Let's get these black Air Force Ones.
Back in the third grade.
Yeah. Go ahead and give them the dad. Like,
in my head, man. Cortez Nike. Hey, look, that's what you need to have on this week. Hey, look.
Hey, man, you can't British
have on that.
Just take it to the Dada days, bro.
I'm telling you.
British night.
Yeah.
British
night.
Put on
What is going on up
here? Hey, look.
Put some feelers on.
Whatever the case, that's my X factor. Raheem, get your head out your and get it together. Next.
Definitely got to do that.
Hey,
well, I mean, I was going to go with Kirk Cousins, but I ain't even going to do it. I'm going to go with Zach Robinson. Zach Robinson this week, man. I need Zach Robinson to have his play calling on point. This defense right here is going to try to confuse you. It's going to try to throw a lot of misdirection at you. You need to throw misdirection at it. Bijan Robinson is going to be key. Jahmyr Gibbs is the only running back to get over 100 yards this season versus this Viking defense. I'm not saying that you have to run Bijan on every play because you have Tyler Algier. You actually have a luxury. So use your luxury pieces, man. Use the run game. You're going to have to use it effectively. Use the passing game. You got big body wide receivers. You're going to have to attack that middle. You have to use the slant routes because you can't be afraid to throw against this defense, even though they do lead the NFL in interceptions. At the end of the day, you just actually, as crazy as it may sound, well, Ryan, he may actually like this idea, but I would like to see Cordero Hodge in some situations in this game. You know what I'm saying? Use that big body receiver as well. Next thing you know, you have three guys out there that can attack this defense, catch the ball effectively. So Zach Robinson, that's my X factor on the offensive side. The defensive side, I'm going to go with the entire defensive line. The entire defensive line. You need to have a performance similar to what you did against the Chargers. It doesn't have to be identical, but you got to rattle Sam Darnold because he's not Justin Herbert. He's Sam Darnold. He's in a better offense. The coaching and everything like that is the reason why he's playing well. But at the end of the day, like I just said, I don't believe that he's the quarterback that Justin Herbert is. Get him off of his spot. Go ahead and rattle his cage, and I believe you know what I'm saying, you'll be set up better for the long haul in this game, you know what I'm saying? So defensive line, let's see if you can repeat.
Yeah.
Coach.
I feel like he can throw us a couple picks too, so let's get him off that spot.
Yep.
Coach, what you got?
X factor this week. This is the second week K-Dub just stole somebody from me.
Yeah, appreciate
Get out
that,
my head,
K-Dub.
K-Dub. Get out my head, bro.
Well, AJ Terrell, that's it.
Zach Robinson.
You took my AJ Terrell.
Offensively, we just talked about him. Kyle Pitts is X factor this week, and the reason why they don't have linebackers that can actually run with him. This is a game where he should be able to eat.
Coach, I said that. I've been saying it all season.
I've been saying it too, but this is a game I want him to prove me wrong. And my second X factor would have to be Younghoe Koo.
Wow.
And the reason why I'm picking Koo this week.
Here we go.
I like that.
This is going to be a heavily contested defensive game. I really believe our defense is going to be able to stifle that offense. We're going to need Koo to make his kicks. And after last week, I was already low on him. But missing kicks like that, we can't have that. We can't have that this week. We need every single point that we have. And he cannot miss any kicks this week.
Hey, Coach, his hip messed up, and plus he trying to do the stanky leg on Saturday night, so it ain't gonna work.
Why would he try to do that? I don't understand.
Bring the backup in. That they brought in.
They cut him.
Yeah, man.
They cut him today. They cut him today. And
Brought
brought in a running back. And
they brought in Elijah.
Why do we need another running back?
You know what? I'm
not the coach, brother.
Mafia, I got you, dog. I'm gonna give you a star for this comment. I'm with you on that, bro. Thank you. I'm with you on that, Mafia.
Yeah, I ain't even sweating that no more either, Mafia. No. I agree with that.
Hey, I'm telling you what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at Peyton Woodring right now. That's at UGA, right up the road.
Yes.
At this point, one of the most accurate kickers in the country, or I'm getting me a kicker I'm getting that kicker out of Michigan. I'm either getting the kid up the road or I'm getting somebody kicking out of cold weather.
Rodrigo Blankenship is
a Ricky Tan.
Just sitting around.
Oh man, Ricky Tan, cool. No man, don't do him like that, man.
Hey,
Oh, man,
Ain't
don't
nothing
do him
wrong
like
with that. Hey, he deserves everything.
hey, good Lord. I ain't even know you could pull a punch like that.
That's right. Coming right. He got you.
Hey, boom, I got you, dog. I just gave you a star
Look
for
at
that.
DA different now. Boy, God, I ain't know he could.
Yeah, that was a good one.
you dirty.
Now I'm gonna throw this out because one of the folks in the chat said something about it. Remember this. McGarry got to go up against Grenard this week. So that's the reason I said the O-line got to be my X factor because somebody got to step up and get in his chest.
Those three down linemen that they got, period. That they start their point of attack.
We're gonna see a lot of 11 personnel with Charlie Warner on the end. I tell you that.
Hey, wait a minute. He called Koo Ricky Tan. You know what we call him here in the cage? We call him point shaving ass Koo. That's what we call him.
Come on now.
That's point shaving ass Koo.
I don't know, man. Ricky Tan, he kind of differently.
Point shaving ass Koo. All right, Kate. All right, Graybeard, what you got this week, man?
Appreciate you, K-Dub, for taking my defensive X factor. But
now you know how I feel.
Stop this, man. Great minds think alike.
But offensively, man, I'm gonna go with the man. I'm gonna go with the man right now. I'm gonna go with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins had not had a good game in 3 games, and now you get to go back home to your play in Minneapolis. You had to see how you respond, man. So I think Kirk Cousins, man, hey, he need to play like he did in that playoff game against the Aints.
That wasn't
Kirk.
That was
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum.
That was Kirk.
No, that was Case Keenum.
Case Keenum.
I'm telling you,
they got Kirk the next.
They got Kirk the next year. That was Case Keenum that they had.
And he also played the Aints again in the playoffs.
Oh, you talking about what that?
No, that wasn't the Minnesota Miracle.
No, that was Case Keenum.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about in New Orleans.
Oh, when he threw the 500 yards. Okay.
Yeah, he had 500.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
I need that guy. That guy before old buddy got traded to the Bills. Oh yeah, I need that guy. But on defense, man,
Achilles gonna help him. But we'll get to it later.
Man, my thing is control the clock, man. Please control the
Chris
clock.
taking shots.
Yeah, for real. But I think on defense, man, I'm gonna go with the linebackers, man. The linebacker got to show me something, man. If Jimmy Lake can put him in the right position, I think they can execute. So I think Ellis and them boys got to be right because Jones can still run that ball.
Yes,
he
can.
He can still run that rock, and we need to contain him as much as possible.
Dual threat.
No
Come out of
lies.
that field too.
Smitty, what you got for us?
I'm on defense, man. I'm gonna challenge these linebackers to see who can slow down TJ Hawkinson because I think he's going to be the true X factor for the Vikings. This is a guy that can come out and get 150 yards in any game if he wanted to, and I think he's going to be Sam Darnold's safety blanket this game because I think AJ he can do well against Jefferson and Alford and Phillips can do well against Addison. So I think the X factor on defense has got to be those linebackers. Can they cover Hawkinson? Offense got to go with Graybeard. Kirk Cousins, this your game. This your game. Hey, this your game to break out, man. This your game. They're giving up 243 yards a game. That's 29th in the NFL. So if you have time to throw the ball, attack that defense, go vertical as best you can, and try to
no double pumping. No dancing. No double pumping.
No dancing. No double pumping.
No double pumping.
Pause. But
hold the ball.
But look, I'm just saying, you just gotta attack this defense, man. They're good at against the run. They're first, which means that front seven is going to get after you. But if you get time and you find a hole in that defense, you better take a shot at it. Because I'm telling you.
But here's the thing: Flores wasn't there last year, so it's a whole different defensive scheme that Kirk's got to figure out. But yeah, Kerry, you got it right. It's either you get right or you get left. You definitely had it right. But
got to get right.
Hey man, Kirk got to get right and he's gonna get left. That's what we say.
Get left in Minnesota where he was.
I'm telling you, it's cold out. It's cold out there.
He can't go back there. Danny Dimes back there now.
Don't wish that on us, brother. Don't wish that on us. I don't want to see.
Hey, Mr.
That tweet with Drake. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see
Mr.
that.
Adderville, he absolutely correct. Red zone offense need to be better. That's absolutely correct.
Yep, that's true.
Hey, Kirk can't go back to Minnesota. Man.
Well, here's the thing.
Danny Dimes.
You got a battering ram with Tyler Algier. Why not use him?
I've been saying that all season.
We've been saying this for the longest.
About Tyler Algier. They say things about Tyler Algier like, he's not good enough here and not good enough there. My thing is, Tyler needs touches. Like my thing is, what is 8 touches going to do for any running back for real? That man needs touches. You remember when we had that game against the Carolina Panthers? Those boys had touches, like 18, 15 going at it. So
hey, but they forget this here. Algier, I don't know if anybody pays attention to it. Algier looks for contact. Yeah. If y'all don't pay attention to that.
Former linebacker, of course.
Yeah, I was about to say he was a former linebacker, as well as leading the nation 2 years in a row with yardage when he was a running back at BYU. So he's played both sides of the ball. Exactly. So when you talk about him, he's one of those running backs where it's just straight leg, no ankle. So when you get hit by that, that's a business decision.
Yeah, running backs are like quarterbacks. They have to get into a rhythm. You're not going to get a rhythm. That's that Samoan, and we said we want players with no ankles, right? You're not going to get a rhythm in 6 to 8.
Run you down and run you over.
Let me put it like this: since Kirk Cousins don't have no rhythm right now, does that mean he bad in bed? I just want to know.
Damn, this conversation went to a whole nother level. Now
that man got like 5 kids.
He got 5 kids. Apparently that stroke don't miss.
Kirk Cousins can't catch the beat.
Well, maybe they didn't put it right from the side. Maybe they didn't put it right from the side.
I think the show just really went left. Yeah.
Hey, it went left, but I'm about to get this thing right. Apparently he got 5 kids, so apparently that stroke ain't missing. We just need that deep shot to hit with that deep pass.
Man, I feel like it's a need to say a bunch of pauses in there, but it's all good. We're gonna listen.
Hey, hold up, man. I gotta have that's my quarterback. My Terrell Owens moment.
Got you. All right. No problem. Shout out to T.O.
T.O. 40-something years old. We still can use the old man. Hey, we still can use the old man right now.
T.O. 50.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. He 50 now. My bad. He's the big 5-0, and he's still running the
running. He's still running. Hey.
We just don't know if he can take them shots anymore.
No, I don't want T.O. to take no shot from nobody.
I need young cat.
Laying the thunder.
As my boy Big Low said, these young Thundercats are wearing them out.
For real. Correction. Kirk Cousins only got 2 kids. Two kids. Two.
You got 2 what?
2 kids.
He only got 2 kids.
Yeah, we were elaborating on the 5. He might have something elsewhere, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
No, that's Philip Rivers.
Let me start clowning.
Hey, now Philip
got a rock.
That boy, Philip gonna have him.
Nah, y'all must be talking about Antonio Cromartie. That's who y'all must be talking about.
Philip Rivers got 11 kids.
Antonio got
Cromartie not only was fast like a jackrabbit, he produced kids like a damn jackrabbit. At this
What he got like 14 kids?
11.
I think
he got 11, bro.
Philip Rivers got like 11 kids.
Him and Cromartie
got about 14.
Yeah. All right, let's get this thing back to football, man. We ain't finna talk about man. F them kids. That's what we at. F them kids. We talking Falcon football right now.
You can't.
Hell with
got a whole tribe.
Hey, so let's get with these score predictions, man. What you got? I'm gonna let Smitty start this one off first because Smitty been kind of been taking the brunt of everything, going last or in the middle of the pack. I'm gonna let you start this one off, bro.
Oh, it's easy for me, man. I think this is the perfect game for Kirk Cousins to bust out again. I just think this game the offense turns it around, man.
The hell? Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
I think Sam Darnold is going to turn Sam Darnold this game. I saw it a couple of weeks ago when they lost. I think they're going to go at that game plan that they threw that game. So I'm going to take the Falcons in a very close game, 27-24.
I see you, Boom. I got you.
I'm sorry. I'm waving the white flag. I don't know if y'all can see.
Hey, man. Hey, Boom, you welcome. Look, Boom, when we have our fan interaction, dog, you are more than welcome to come in here, dog. I like the positive energy, my boy.
Hey, Ryan, he brings it on Sundays when he talks to us, man.
That's fine.
Very
we need him to bring it in here.
I like Boom.
Listen,
listen.
We've had one. Now, see, I love the fans that come through here, but we got one that be in the Kleenex corner every damn Sunday. Even if we win, they crying.
Oh no!
We got the Kleenex corner for them jokers, always crying. We need some positive energy. I'm just messing around.
My prediction, I think it's gonna be a defensive battle. I'm gonna go with 2013 Falcon.
13.
I like it.
Okay.
Who is it on?
Coach Cam, you were right last time. So
go ahead, Chris. It's on you.
Oh, okay. All right. So this situation. Oh man.
Damn.
All right. It's gonna be a tough battle too, though. That man said Falcons aren't winning. I mean, it's tough.
Everybody hope.
You know what? I can respect anybody's honesty in here. It's okay.
Yeah, I think the Falcons pull it out late, 24-20.
I like that.
24-20. It's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be by a large margin though, by at all.
Yeah.
We got to depend on who at the end. It's gonna be long. Hey, he better move that Achilles the best he can, Chris, because I'm telling you,
it's gonna be cold up there too. I'm glad
they
indoors.
I'm
glad. I'm just kidding. I'm glad they indoors. It's gonna be cold up there. Ooh.
Remember when they was building that stadium? How it was below zero when them jokers played in that playoff game up there in Minnesota that year.
When they played in that in the University of Minnesota Stadium,
yeah,
below 5 degrees. Yeah, that was crazy.
Boy, you know it was cold when you see a joker black as charcoal turn purple. I'm serious.
Purple.
Navy blue.
Navy blue. Navy blue.
Whole lot there, man.
Come on, Coach
Real
Cam.
Cam, what you got, man?
Let's go.
Whole lot.
21-18 Vikings.
Damn, he did it to us again.
He gambling. That's what he doing. He gambling this week.
So you mean to tell me Cool gonna miss that kick to tie the game?
Yep.
He was right the last time.
I wasn't wrong last week.
No, he wasn't.
He was dead.
You got about 1 point. He won.
I'm going to go ahead.
I don't trust
Cool.
He was
Lad
not.
got hurt. That's the only thing that stopped him from having that day.
Because Lad was about to go for 200.
Lad was catching the ball. Man, it was point in time when they were throwing the Lad the whole way down the field.
Lad was going for $2.50 with a TD. Maybe
that thing looked like that year when Aaron Rodgers just said forget everybody else and just went to Jordy Nelson all the way down the field for the touchdown. That's how they were doing.
It looked like Herbert don't found his new target and fell in love with him. Cause boy,
Queen Jazz, it's no hate. I hope they prove me wrong, but I just don't have trust in Cool right now. I have no trust in him whatsoever, and I feel like moments like this, he's going to miss.
Cool with that injury or this fluky injury he got. All he do is kick and he injured. I don't know. That just scared me. I think he's trying to hold on to the job.
21-18. That's what I think it is. It's in his head now. It's in his head. I don't even think it's an injury. It's in his head. It's up here. It's mental.
All right, can we get one more call?
No, I mean I think he's using the injury
for the SC championship game.
I'm just enjoying listening to y'all just go at it. I might as well not even give a score because y'all done gave so many score predictions, and I'm just sitting back just enjoying it. Cam, I know you over there gambling that damn grocery money. That's why you picked the Vikings. You done found your damn bookie out there.
I don't bet. I don't bet.
No, you don't bet. You don't bet. You shave points like Cool's ass. That's what you do.
Oh man,
you got guaranteed
points. Man, that's the secret. That's the secret.
Yeah, that's why that Negro been betting like that.
No wonder we keep losing.
No wonder I'm gonna say this. I gotta give it to you. So if we do so in this game, I'm gonna pick the Birds. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I got two scores. If we play anything like we did against Denver, or anything like we did last week offensively, we would lose 30-17. That's if we come out playing like crap. Now, if we come out playing like we know that this offense can play and actually can find a rhythm and a cohesion, I got the Falcons winning 35-28. I got the Falcons winning at 35-28. If they come out playing like we know that they can play, where they can actually get over 30 points. But the offense got to be in gear. But if they're not in gear, Vikings winning 30-17.
You got us going over 30 points in that game.
I'm glad you said it.
We scored 30 before.
Does that Penix does that question get louder? Does that question get louder going into next week?
Man, it was loud. It was loud after Kirk's first game. What you mean?
Oh no,
it was loud. Man, hold up. You sitting here talking about does it get louder? Man, half of Atlanta was screaming Penix, and one of the guys on the panel was screaming it too.
Yeah. After one game, come on, man.
After one game.
I wonder who that is.
Hey, look. Oh yeah, man. I ain't scared to say it. I'm Team Penix. It is what it is, man. I'm laying it out there on the line. When he go out here and start stunting on you with this sorry offensive line, then we're gonna say something. We'll have another conversation.
Only thing I want is this kid to stay healthy. I don't want him out there with McGarry protecting his blind side. No, sir.
Do you want Jameis Winston in here?
I don't want that.
Okay, we need to protect him.
Here praying that the Lord deliver him from pick sixes. Nah, I'm good.
Hey,
did you see last week?
All I'm gonna say is this here. All I'm gonna say is this here. I hope Kirk Cousins has his affairs in order. For those that know, because McGarry's gonna be protecting his right side with Grenard coming off that side.
Lord
and,
help him.
All I'm gonna say is this: I pray that she got that life insurance form signed so she can collect if he get killed that week.
Man, gonna need body armor.
Only thing I just want y'all to look out for, he got cinder blocks for feet. So when he get ran past, just trust me, it's over for Kirk.
Turnstile, baby.
I ain't started my jeans since middle school, high school days.
What?
20 plus years ago.
Hey, hold up.
Darts, G.
Hey, so fellas, tell the folks where they can find you at on our show, and then I'll tell them where they can find us at or whatnot, because these are our country cousins, is what we would say. Our birds of a feather flock together. So go ahead and tell the folks where they can find you at on our platform as well, Smith.
Hey, man, they know where to find us, man. Find us on the 95 North Sports Machine every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Y'all can catch us every Sunday post-game, where we have the chat come through, talk to us about the game, give us their thoughts, man. They be venting. So we still that thing about an hour and a half. We talk Falcons football, man, and we have fun. But for me personally, also, you can catch me every Tuesday night on the NFC South Roundtable with Ryan's boy, TJ.
TJ can go to hell. And you can tell him I said that. Tell him I said it. See, I had to catch myself.
Hey, that's the NFC South Roundtable, man. 7 p.m. NFC South Roundtable on YouTube is via Roundtable Sports, so y'all can check me out there as well. So I'm always giving out breaking news, giving my thoughts on topics. And shout out to Ryan, man. He gave me a great tweet the other day. I ran with it and got 10K on that video, man. So I appreciate that.
Right, good look, man.
Yes, sir.
No problem, man. You know, we like I said, we country cousins, so we help each other out. So, A1, what you got?
Hey, man. Well, you already heard Smitty, man. You can find us on Wednesday nights, you know what I'm saying? But also, you know, the Hawk season is going on, so you can catch me doing post games. It's either going to be like that same day or the next day. I'm, you know, trying to keep current on the Atlanta Hawks material, so definitely catch me there. Also, Falcon material as well. Atlanta Braves material as well. So it's just like, hey, A1 Forever Sports, man, that's the platform on YouTube. Please like, comment, and subscribe to help us get out there and continue to grow on A1 Forever Sports. We just crossed the 4,000 mark. So
Congrats,
bro. Appreciate that, man. Work really hard. Working really hard. Trying the best. But yes, man. Again, you know, if you ain't done it yet, please make sure you find your piece today, because positive energy always creates elevation. Catch me on Twitter, Instagram, A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok.
Hey, for those that are tuning in to A1's podcast and Smitty's podcast, you can catch us at the BirdCage LLC on YouTube. Hey, we tell folks all the time, you either get right or you get left. We're going to get you right. We got interviews from former NFL players, former NBA players, track and field stars, former boxing world champs. Man, y'all check us out. Like I said, we got some things coming in the works in the future during the holidays coming up. Every Sunday, we have the pregame meal for the fans to come in, chop it up before the game. Your likes, dislikes, or whatnot. The postgame show is what we call the party line or the benediction. Had too many benedictions this year. We need another party line this Sunday. And on Thursday, as you see, 8 p.m. right here on YouTube. Right here, BirdCage LLC. We do a little something for the Falcons every week, and even in the offseason, we got some stuff going. So y'all check us out. Once again, you either get right or you get left up in here. This is a show for the people, made up by people's opinions. This is how we get done, and this is how we do it. Even though we have people that imitate and steal, it's okay. We're going to turn the other cheek, because we're going to turn this cheek, but just know them eyes are still on your ass. So we'll see you Sunday. And we got love for you.
Support system up. Keep that support system up.
And the Falcons gonna get this thing right, baby. Smitty, eat your plate of chicken and leave us alone.
Hey, that's right, man. I got it right here, man. Chill out.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Get that chicken.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, man, we love y'all, man. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace.
Go dog.
Go dog.
Peace.